Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Redskins Talk TV. This is your host, Andre. Now, just got finished watching the Washington Redskins play against the Dallas Cowboys. We fell short 24-23 in this game. And while losing has been the ongoing theme this season for my burgundy and gold, a loss against the bitch-ass Dallas Cowboys is the one thing that stings more than us if we were to get shut out 50-0 from any other team. Losing to the Cowboys is the equivalent of that, and that's what really hurts. So this game in particular, when I gave my pregame analysis, I said the phases of the game, special teams, offense, defense, they're crucial things that we need to do in order to secure a victory. Special teams, not allow Dwayne Harris to just run his ass up the field and be out of place to not make tackles. While Dwayne Harris didn't play, we had a guy who the Cowboys just picked up, and he was able to at least almost run for a damn touchdown on the Cowboys' first punt return. So once again, Keith Burns and the lack of coaching for the players on special teams has let the team down, and it's once again an ongoing thing throughout the season. Going over to the offense, we looked pretty well. Kirk Cousins had a very, very good game. Had the one interception simply because the ball was slightly thrown behind Santana Moss and also a little bit too high. So it bounced off his hands, went into the defender's hand. But other than that, he had a solid game. I would have liked to have seen a lot more running from Alfred Morris. He did have 88 yards, but for me, a strong ground game is going to take a lot of pressure off the passing game. It's going to force defenses to bring more men up to the line of scrimmage to try to stop the run. And then, of course, once we get them in the mindset to try to shut down the run, we can go for the play action. We get those one-on-one matchups with our receivers. As far as our receivers, Pierre Garcon, he had a really good game, was able to break Art Monk's reception marker. But personal records like that mean absolutely nothing unless there's a win to accompany that particular accolade. And I'm happy for Garcon, don't get me wrong, but when it really counted the most, we didn't get that win, especially against the fucking Cowboys. And this right here will be more of a rant as well as a post-game analysis. I hate losing to the Cowboys. Why? Because I live down here in South Texas. 2, because I live down here in South Texas with a whole bunch of fucking Cowboy fans. And 3, because there's nothing worse than when you have a whole bunch of bandwagon riders for the Cowboys Nation where they talk shit when the Cowboys are winning and fall Helen Keller silent when they're losing, and then talk shit again when they win, especially against my Cowboys. So this is a season in which the Cowboys swept us. We're at the cellar for the NFC East, one of the worst teams in the NFL, period. And there's a lot to go around. There's a lot of finger pointing from us fans when it comes to the team, the coaching staff, the players, the organization. Some will put it on the owner, but you really can't blame the owner because, one, he's the one that signs all the paychecks. The owner's not going anywhere, so cut all the bullshit about the owner needing to fire himself or sell the team. Any Redskins fan that says that, I'll accuse them of being a blanket Cowboy fan because that's the kind of dumb shit that only Cowboy fans would say. So let's have some more common sense, Redskins fans, please. Now, for the offense, didn't have much play from the tight ends, although I did see a couple of plays where Logan Paulson whiffed on a couple of blocks. He needs to work on that. But Kirk Cousins didn't take any sacks, had a few hits on him, but he was upright for most of the game. Offensive line, Will Montgomery, number 63, the center. You fucking suck. The false starts need to be minimized. And because you touch the ball 100% of the time on offense just as much as the quarterback, you should know that a false start on the center should never, ever happen. But it did take us out from some decent gains that we had. So I'm not going to say too much about that. But the defense, we had this game for the most part if we were just able to continue to convert, which unfortunately we weren't. But the defense needing to stop in crucial moments, unfortunately, that did not happen. And a couple of those plays to where we should have been able to shut down the Cowboys, You have instances where that one play where the Cowboys were 4th and 6. What do our corners do? They give more cushion than a fucking furniture store and the 10 yards off of the receivers. So what happens? Cole Beasley gets the ball, converts for a first down, and then some. So I'm asking, why the fuck didn't Haslett demand for the corners to jam at the line of scrimmage? Because we all know that if the quarterback is delayed, because it's all about timing, if the quarterback has to wait for the receivers to get open because they're jammed, that gives our defensive linemen a better opportunity to get to the quarterback, or at least the pass rushers. And that just didn't happen. And this is something that happens every game, and it's happened for the past couple of seasons. But I would like for a defensive coordinator that's going to say to the cornerbacks, get your ass up on the line of scrimmage, take a bite out of this shit sandwich, and blow that hot, funky breath in the receiver's face. Let them know that you're in their face. That's what I like to see from my cornerbacks. Stay in their face. Don't worry about trying to keep all the plays in front of you. Play the receiver in front of you. Don't worry about the quarterback. Don't worry about trying to get the interception. I would rather for a corner to pass defend and block or knock the ball down than to get an interception. Getting the ball back to us is fine. But making sure that the other team doesn't get it because of a pass reception, that's even better for me. And I just don't understand why we didn't have that. And we haven't had that in quite some time. There were a lot of times where the officiating hurt us as well. One play in particular, Josh Wilson got hold for defensive holding down the field. And on the same fucking play on the line of scrimmage, you have the left tackle holding on to Rob Jackson, basically blanketing over him, laying on top of him, and they didn't call a flag. There's another play earlier in the game where Ryan Kerrigan was rushing from the outside on the right, and number 71 practically had him in a guillotine chokehold. And how the fuck didn't the official not see that is beyond me. And I know that holding is a part of every game. We do it to them, they do it to us. But we're more inclined to get called for those type of penalties, and the other team didn't. And I'm not saying that it's conspiracy. I'm just saying that the officiating crew for this particular game did a piss-poor fucking job. And it hurt us. There is one game where there's one play where our corner, he didn't get the tight coverage on the receiver. In fact, because it was zone coverage, what do you know? Terrence Williams, number 83 for the Cowboys, he was wide open. Where was the coverage on that? A blown coverage. Fortunately, Wilson was able to get to him and bring him down, because that would have been an ugly touchdown for the Cowboys. But it's just that kind of shit that has hurt us all season long. And to lose against the fucking Cowboys, and by the way, fuck the Cowboys. I've got to say that because every time I even think about that blue star, it's like I get Tourette syndrome. And I just got to say, fuck the Cowboys. I can't stand them. And now I've got to go to work tomorrow. And yes, I will be wearing something burgundy and gold because I'm proud of my team. I love my Redskins. But I've got to go to work tomorrow and have people smile in my face. Rightfully so, they have a right to, because they swept us 2-0. And they're in a better position for the NFC East than we are. But talking to people who generally don't say shit about the Cowboys, and now they're on the Cowboys nutsack, that's what pisses me off. So once again, this is a mix of a rant and a post-game analysis, and it's just, once again, a closing to a season. We've got one more game left against the Giants. I mean, at least ending the game or the season 4-12 is better than 3-13. But the way the play calling is, the way the execution is, I mean, it's exasperating, to say the least. But I'm pretty much going to leave it at that because I'm still fucking pissed off. I'm probably going to jump on Battlefield 4, grab my sniper rifle, and just shoot some motherfuckers. And like I said, it's only in a game. I don't believe in real-life violence. But that's just my stress relief. If you like this video, I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. To my Redskins family, hail to the Redskins.